I just wonder if you ask Serena straight up in private, what do you need to win these Grand Slam finals again? I have a feeling she would just say matches. I need matches. She needs matches in big tournaments, and she needs to go all the way and win them and feel that again and have that. It's just a tiny little bit, you know, it looks easy when these champions are winning over and over and over. I've even had some guy arguing with me today that Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic didn't make any improvements over the last 10 years. I shouldn't say he said that, but he said they haven't improved. They were better 10 years ago, 15 years ago when they were younger. In their bodies maybe, but other than that, they've made a lot of improvements. But the argument was the tennis is so bad today, the players aren't that good, that's why they keep winning. That's somewhat of a joke, to be honest. I mean, I think this person might really believe this. I think he's biased by his feelings about a certain match, a certain player. I'm not sure, but you know, these players make improvements. They've come far, and winning Grand Slams over and over, winning the French Open 12 times and only losing 2 matches the whole time is not easy. It's really hard. And when you saw Serena today, and in the last couple Grand Slam finals, this was a person who was able to get through the draw, and it was tough actually. And she's had some tough times getting through the draw, but you know, she would start the tournaments off not that good because she was laid off for a while. She didn't play that much. And then she works her way into it, but it's still not enough to get to have the good feeling, and in her body too. It's also body. I mean, she wasn't injured, her knee's feeling great as she says, but I guarantee you her body was tired. She was flat in the mind and the body. She didn't say there were nerves, but nerves is a general word, but it's like she just didn't have the right feeling maybe the right determination, as Rafa likes to say. I'm not sure about that, but she needs matches. And on the part of Halep, great variety. She did what Brad Gilbert was saying about, and everybody was laughing. It wasn't something to laugh about. It was true. She actually backed off of the service return. She took it deep, but she also moved up at different times, and she was back and forth, mixing it up, mixing up her ball placement, mixing up her location of her not just the ball location and placement, but also her positioning on court, giving Serena some short balls, providing some variety. Now, she doesn't have the natural variety, and she hasn't played like that, like a Vinci. Vinci did an incredible job at the US Open doing that. But with all the grass, there's a lot of grass, I keep saying this over and over, and for Federer as well, a lot of grass still up in that court area, dead grass, live grass, in the short court. And you can like hit little short shots and let them die or bounce funny. And you know, Halep wasn't doing it to the extent. She doesn't have the aggressive variety of Roger, but she was doing somewhat, and Halep, if you're watching, I know you would love this because she's a big Roger fan, but she had some of that going on. She was mixing it up. And you know, if Serena was at her best form, would she have? Oh, probably still would have won. Maybe would have powered through her, but it would have been tough. But I think she, you know, with her experience too. But she wasn't at her best form. She hasn't played enough tennis to be at her best form. Even when people were saying her last match, she would look so great. Strakova was hurt, and maybe hurt or overwhelmed, so whatever. So, you know, first ever semifinal. So again, you have to look at the whole match in the big picture. That wasn't like necessarily Serena at her best all of a sudden. People were saying, now she's playing her best. No, she's not. And I think she'd be the first to tell you. So anyway, these amazing champions make it look easy. It's not easy. It shows you how much has to go into it months in advance. You know, and like Rafa said, he needs matches. Rafa had matches coming in this time. In fact, he might have had a bit too much. I think his legs were a little weary, but that wasn't the main reason for the situation, and he lost. But the bottom line is, you have to have the matches and be prepared. And so again, then they asked Serena, well, you're going to play San Jose, Toronto, you're going to go to Canada, and you're going to go to Cincinnati. She's like, look, I'm not playing everything now, because if you play too much, then you're tired. But she's going to work. Her knee's feeling good, so maybe she'll have some matches now, and then we'll see what happens. But again, she had a baby. It's not just about that. She's older. She's had a lot of wear and tear in the body. She's had all this happen. So what will she be like on hard courts that beat the body up? She needs matches. Let's say she does well in Canada and then Cincinnati, and then comes in good form. She could end up having an injury later, but you can't think like that. She's going to try to get the right balance of enough matches, but not too many. Feel good in the slam, rock and roll through the slam, and believe me, she needs to have some easy matches, not just because someone's hurt on the other side. She needs to just knock some people right off the charts, blow them out and roll into the final, and then she'll do it again. There's also pressure. She's getting older. I mean, it's that pressure thing too. So there's a combination of a lot of stuff. But she'll know. She'll know when she's right, and then she'll play her best, and then she'll win a slam again. But again, I'm sorry, I haven't been talking much about Halep. All the credit in the world to Halep. She's worked a long time, and I just love how she's gotten better at grass, but she's not amazing at grass or anything, but just tons of credit to her. She's good enough on grass now, but it's more than that. It's variety in that she's employing now. That's the new wave in the strategic tennis now, started by Federer, her hero, and also a mentality and emotional thing. And she gave Darren Cahill a lot of credit for this, having the right mindset, and as Rafa again says, right determination. All that played a part today. She's used to the big stage, she's won a slam, and she's played Serena. It all came together. Big win for her. Way to go, Simona.